Hey guys, welcome back to BeTerrific, here live streaming from PhotoPlus Expo 2015 at the Jacob Javits Center in New York City. I'm Andrea Fasano, and with me now, I'm really interested in this stuff. It's digital silver imaging, and I have the founder and owner. Everybody's a co, so you're the founder and owner.
Yep.
This is Eric, everyone. Welcome, Eric, to BeTerrific.
Good morning, Andrea. Thanks for having me.
Good morning.
Yeah.
I know, I'm like, what time is it already?
It's almost noon.
It is almost noon. So you have a print here from an artist. This is a gorgeous, gorgeous black and white photo.
Thank you.
Unbelievable work. So tell me a little bit about your business.
So the photographer that took this, his name is Craig Semetko. We've been doing a lot of work with him. He's a big Leica shooter, which is why the Leica logo is on there. And what's unique about our process is as digital evolved, there really was no way to get back to that real classic, true black and white print because everything had gone digital. So you were either making inkjet prints or you were sending it to a lab that was printing black and white prints on colored paper that came back with color casts and people weren't happy, but it really was the only way to do it. And in 2007, I was working with a photography company called Ilford Photo. They're one of the oldest photo companies in the world. And they finally figured out a way to utilize a photographic laser enlarger, which uses a red, green, and blue light emitting laser to expose a traditional black and white paper, and then that paper actually goes through traditional black and white chemistry. So you get all the benefits now of a digital workflow, so the burning and the dodging and all that stuff that we used to do in the darkroom can all be done in Photoshop and Lightroom and all these really easy ways to do it. So you can either scan your old film, retouch it, you can shoot digitally, retouch it, upload the files to our lab, and if you're shooting black and white, you're going to get a real beautiful classic silver gelatin print. People say, what is silver gelatin? You know, what does that mean?
I would have said that. Yes, exactly.
So what it is that is the metal that's in the paper when it is exposed by the light that produces the image and gives you all this beautiful tone, rich tonality. You just really can't get that with an inkjet printer for black and white, because partly the problem, even with the best inkjet printers today, which are phenomenal, I think they do a great job, is that you're exposing silver that's in the paper as opposed to laying ink onto the surface of the paper. So you can feel it. There's no coating on this. It's really the surface of the print.
Flawless.
So you get really rich tonality from white to black and all the neutral grays in the middle, because the inkjet printers today still use some amount of color ink to reproduce a grayscale. So our clients can be anything from a professional photographer who's doing exhibits, or even from their archive. We printed a huge show for Christie's auction house years ago that was of an archive of the Beatles, never been seen before.
Wow.
So everything was scanned, retouched, and we produced a show like that. Or it could just be a photographic enthusiast, somebody who appreciates good quality. So our black and white is really our specialty, and that's really what we specialize in. But we're also a Hahnemühle certified print studio in the US, so we do a full suite of color printing on photo papers, rag papers, and a lot of things like that.
I'm glad you mentioned that, because I was going to ask, is black and white all that you guys do?
No.
But so is the silver, you said it's the silver that comes out of the paper, so is it the printer recognizes that?
No, well, what it is literally, it's you're probably too young to have ever printed in a darkroom.
No,
right?
I never have.
Yeah, so you missed all the chemicals, you missed all that fun
stuff. I always
stuff.
wanted to, though, from every movie I've seen where they did it. Or
yeah, so you dip, you see people, they put the negative in the enlarger, then they expose this negative with light onto a white piece of paper that has nothing on it, right? That you can't see. Then you immerse it into a tray of chemicals, and all of a sudden you watch this image come up, and it's like a transforming moment for people when they have that experience. It's pretty amazing.
Yeah.
So what it is, it's the silver that's coated onto the paper in the factory. They ship it to us in light, tight plastic bags. When we load this into this digital enlarger, the thing looks like an MRI machine. It's huge.
Oh, wow.
It loads 10 feet at a time, wraps it around a drum, and then a head literally looks like a wagon wheel, huge wagon wheel with the laser on it, moves perfect alignment to the surface of the paper, going all the way through the drum like this. It takes 10 minutes to expose a 50-inch by 10 feet of paper. We then take that out, load it into our custom designed black and white paper processor, which we actually have received a US patent on, not a patent, excuse me, a trademark. So we have a registered trademark on our service. So it's a very, very unique process that I think sets us apart from many of the other labs in the US and in the world. And you know, but so that's really the sweet part of our business. It's a unique thing we did, and I'm really proud of the clients that we've worked with, from famous rock and roll photographers to museums and exhibitions. We're going to have a show next year at the Smithsonian Air and Space Museum.
Wow.
Of all lunar photography that's really, really stellar work. No pun intended, but yeah.
Yeah, right? That is pretty cool.
I didn't even think of that.
Pun could be intended, but that's great. So you're out of Boston, correct? How do people find you?
Well, this is a great place to be.
There you go.
You know, PhotoPlus has been, I've done, this is the one show I've consistently done since I opened my business. This is my 6th year here. This is really a place where, because this is hard to describe. I'm sure even your viewers who are looking this are you going to have a hard time understanding it, right? Because they can't touch and feel.
Right.
This gives us an opportunity for people to touch and feel what we do, to really see that they'll pick these up and they'll start looking at it and they'll go, oh, that's not an inkjet print. I don't see that weird inkjet look and feel, you know? So, and it gives us a chance for, I think, once people meet us and see our staff, everybody that works at my lab has a degree in photography.
Wow.
So there's a passion there, there's an understanding for the photographic process, and I think that just being able to talk to people face to face is a huge benefit. But we have a great website, digitalsilverimaging.com. You can go there and get all information on our services. We have a video that shows exactly how we do this process. And it really does, it's a really great way to get to know people is by being at events like this. But our website, we have great SEO. If people type in silver gelatin printing into Google, we're the first hit.
Awesome. See, that's something that we've been saying about PhotoPlus Expo this whole time, this whole weekend that we've been here, that it's not just for the professionals. So if a consumer, and I really love to look at this, and I'm a viewer and I see it online, I'd love to go to your business and print out a photo and make it really a quality print like this. Unbelievable work. I mean, this is art, truly.
I think my line I said to you earlier was we like to say that we do museum quality work at reasonable prices.
There you go.
And we really feel that that's our specialty. And I guess I'd like to say one other thing about a service that we're launching, because we know that people are taking pictures with all sorts of things today. And the smartphones, iPads have really become like what I would call people's de facto point and shoot camera, right? That's what we call them. And the hardest part about those, I think, like if you take pictures of those, do you ever make prints from them?
Never.
Why?
Because it's just another step, I guess. Or social media. That's how I'm sharing these days.
But you'd have to get them off your phone, right, and then onto a computer.
It's a process.
So we've developed an app where you can go directly from your iPhone or smartphone or iPad and select pictures as low as $1.50, depending on what size, up to a 20 by 24 print. With as long as the resolution is decent on your phone, and literally order them right off your phone, and we use the same printers and the same materials to get really beautiful quality prints.
Wow.
So that's going to be called DSI Pics.
DSI Pics.
Yep, and that'll be coming out. We're just going through the final beta, and it'll be up on the App Store probably within the month. So
see, that is huge. That is something for me that we were saying yesterday. We had guests on that were a printing service, and it's something that it's a process. You don't do it anymore. I have frames in my house. I don't even have photos to put in them because all my photos are from before iPhones came out, and I'm kind of over those photos. I want new ones. I want rich ones, but
I'd love for you to,
when
you get a break, I'd love for you to come by our booth. We have a section. I have a beautiful 16 by 20 print that I did of a shot of New York that people don't think it's from my iPhone. It's that good.
But that's something that app is definitely what we need right now because it makes it convenient, it makes it easy, and that's what people are all about, the simplistic, ways of doing things.
Absolutely.
And then boom. Now, do you give options of sizing and?
It's really a phenomenal tool. It is, so it gives you sizes, rectangle prints, square prints. We have you can also do one that has multi-images on one sheet.
Oh, cool.
You can put text in those. You can rotate, crop. You can put funky borders on it to make it look cool. You can give it a tint.
Oh, wow.
So it's really, you can expand it, take out somebody you didn't want, not just crop them out just by expanding it, right?
Right.
If you don't like that person anymore.
That's a great app. So it's DSI Pics. Okay.
Yep.
DSI Pics.
And we actually have DSI DSIPics.com already up, so you can at least get there and register for information. As soon as it's out, we'll be sending out an email.
That is so cool. I will definitely be into looking at that. Right. I'll have to come by the booth.
Yeah.
So you started out as a photographer, correct?
Yep, I went
Yourself?
to school, did photography, majored in Spanish of all things, and got a minor in photography.
How funny.
But I've always been a passionate photographer. I worked in the industry for years. I worked in professional photo stores in Boston. I then worked at Kodak for a while. And then my longest job up until 2008 was working for Ilford Photo, the old photo company. And when they figured out how to do this paper, it kind of just set a light bulb. And I just said, one thing I love about Ilford is they make great products, but working for them, they're not a great marketing company.
Got it.
So I felt that this is something I was going to take on because it was my passion. I love black and white photography. I don't see in color. I think they're good for rainbows and fireworks, and that's about it.
Wow, that's interesting.
Yeah, so everybody that works for me are they're all half my age, which is good. They all get this technology, and as I said, everybody that works for me has a degree in photography. So it's been great. I get to work with wonderful people, great artists, and really, really pleased about what we get to do with them and their shows. And as I said, even if it doesn't have to be somebody who's doing a major exhibition. Like this thing at the Smithsonian will be wonderful. But as long as somebody has like that passion in them and they realize that the image isn't done, I think, until it's printed and hanging on your wall. It doesn't have to be a museum piece. It just, we have to get these images off of our devices. And, it's a whole different conversation when you see an actual printed image.
Absolutely.
Right?
I have one of Venice. I was on a boat and I took one of a lady hanging her laundry, the Italians do. Yeah. I mean, that's what I grew up with. And it is gorgeous. And I have not had the heart to put it on a canvas painting yet. Yeah. I just can't send it and print it out because I have trouble with committing to size. Yeah. And it's a process, like I said. Right. So I might have to look into this because I think this would be a really good option for me.
I know where you can get a great print done at a reasonable price.
Exactly. Well, thank you so much.
You're
How
welcome.
many black and whites do you have in your house?
A lot.
Right.
Yeah.
Is it all black and white photos?
No.
Okay.
No. But there are quite a few.
Quite a few? Well, that's so cool. I mean, it's convenient for you.
Yep. Yes, I hope people will, if you're here at the show, we're at booth 173.
There you go. Okay.
Right in the back over here, front of the main aisle there. And for other information, you can visit us at digitalsilverimaging.com. Or if you're interested in our iPhone app, go to DSIPics.com and get some information there as well.
Absolutely. Eric, thank you so much for
joining
me.
It's great to see you. Thanks a lot.
This is amazing. Digital Silver Imaging, you guys, definitely go to the booth and check them out. And check out that website for the app. I think that sounds so cool. Yeah. DSIPics.com. I'm Andrea Fasano. This is BeTerrific. We are here live streaming at PhotoPlus Expo 2015 at the Jacob Javits Center here in New York City. We will be right back with more guests.